Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture on scenario-based analysis of expert systems. So in this lecture, we have three scenarios. One is on disease analysis, disease diagnosis and analysis, and then the second one is financial advisory, and the third one is customer support, technical support. Let's get started with the first scenario now. So in this first scenario, suppose a patient um, comes to the hospital and meets the doctor, and when doctor asks what are the problems he faces, the patient says that he suffers from fever, cough, and difficult breathing. And in this scenario, suppose we have an expert system, we will analyze how this system can help the doctor to make a decision on what diagnosis can be done for the patient, how be the diagnosis settings to the patient. And the first step is this export system will pass a query to the database knowledge base, and it will fetch necessary relevant rules and facts related to the symptoms that the patient said. So it will analyze uh, fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, and the rules may be in if then form. For example, if fever is there and cough is there, then it checks whether difficulty in breathing also there. If this condition is true, if the patient suffers from fever, cough, and difficult breathing, then the possible diagnosis would be pneumonia, bronchitis, and otherwise COVID-19 disease diagnosis would be done. In case if the patient suffers from fever and cough, but he is not suffering from difficulty in breathing, then it could be the common cold or flu. So accordingly, the doctor would diagnose the disease. So in this analysis, the inference engine plays a very crucial role. The inference engine will match the patient's symptoms with the rules in the knowledge base, and then if the symptoms closely matches with that of COVID-19 related rules, then um, based on guidelines and other procedures, the system would prioritize the diagnosis for COVID-19. It could also provide additional questions or tests to confirm the diagnosis, and the system can recommend appropriate treatment procedures or precautions necessary for dealing with the disease conditions of the patient. The next scenario is financial advisory. So here first let us understand the question to be answered by the expert system. Suppose a client wants to invest in a company or stock a significant amount of money, and he has specific goals, like he has to get short-term returns. He expects the long-term growth, short-term returns, and in this case the expert system can assist the financial advisor in making investment decisions. So first, it will pass a query to the knowledge base that contains financial principles, investment strategies, risk assessment models, and client preferences. So the rules may be in this form. For example, if the client seeks short-term returns and recommend, if the client seeks short-term returns, then this outcome would be it will return recommending high liquidity investments. So it will suggest the client to uh, get bonds or invest money in market funds. If the client seeks long-term growth, then it checks whether he is willing to accept the risk, if a moderate, at least moderate risk. If it is yes, then the system would recommend a diversified portfolio with a mix of stocks and mutual funds. So, using inference rules, the system analyzes the client's preference and his profile, goals, the risk tolerance, and the market conditions, and then it generates personalized recommendations to invest in the market or in other investment bonds. It might also simulate several scenarios to illustrate potential outcomes based on their preferences, investment strategies, and the expert system can help the client and our financial advisor make better decisions aligned with their objectives. In technical support also, the expert system plays a crucial role. First, let us understand the scenario. Suppose a user contacts the technical support executive and he reports the problems that the computer is slow and hanging. Then in this case, the expert system can help the technical support executive to troubleshoot the issues and resolve the customer problem. So first, the expert system would pass query to the knowledge base, and the knowledge base would contain troubleshooting guides, common software, hardware issues, and system performance diagnostics. So it gets the response. The rules may be in this form. If, for example, if the computer is slow and a recent software update installed, then it checks for compatibility issues or system resource allocation, memory allocation, and uh, other things, process speed, other things. And then if the computer is slow and no recent installation in the system, then the system would analyze disk usage and memory usage and running processes to identify potential bottlenecks. So like that, if this condition is true, then it will analyze the disk usage, memory usage, and running process, and then it identifies the potential bottlenecks that causes the problems in the system. So using inference rules, the system guides the technician and clients through a series of diagnostic steps, and it might suggest additional diagnostic tools or clearing cookies or temporary files, prefetch, adjusting system settings so that it would improve the system performance. If the issue still persists, the system may look for additional expertise. So in that case, it would escalate the case to a more experienced technician. So that's all guys. In this lecture we have discussed three scenarios and analyzed how the expert system would help the experts to the decision makers, how it can provide effective suggestions or decision helps. We have discussed all these three scenarios and analyzed the purpose of expert system. Thank you.